Tom Hardy is giving instruction to a number of mob guys. He's laying out some things that they have to do, and they're disagreeable. So he says, all right, give me a moment, I'll come back. So he goes out and he talks to Pierce Brosnan, who's the boss, right? Pierce tells him what to do, and he comes back and he does it. And I'm going to tell you this, he kills every one of them. So now they're in a meeting with the entire family, and they're talking about the drug business. They're talking about fentanyl. Conrad is leading this whole meeting. His daughters are there. His son-in-laws are there. Everybody's there. The women, everybody. And he's talking about the family illegal business. And then he goes up to Archie, and he looks at him, and he grabs his hands, and he says, "You double-crossed me." Hey everyone, welcome to another Sit Down with Michael Francis. Hope everybody is doing well. All is very good, very blessed on this end. And as always, my friends, I give all the praise, honor, glory, and thanksgiving to our God for that. And speaking about our God, for those of you who are asking me to talk a little bit more about my faith, which I do all the time, for some reason you're missing it, but go to the interview on YouTube that Greg Laurie just released with me. And it was an interview for about an hour and a half. You're going to hear all my testimony. Greg Laurie is a wonderful pastor, good friend, 26 years we know each other. But he did a brilliant job in his interview, and a lot's going to come out. I think it'll be very encouraging for all of you. So go to Greg Laurie's YouTube channel, and you'll see it on there. Today I'm going to be doing a review of the new television series, Mobland. And it's brilliant. I have to say this. There's been 2 episodes so far. Brilliant. Tom Hardy is the star. Pierce Brosnan is in it. Helen Mirren, all brilliant actors and actresses. They're really amazing. But I have to say this, I don't know how many of you have watched the series Peaky Blinders. Again, brilliant series, takes place in the United Kingdom. When I first started watching it, I couldn't get into it because I couldn't understand that. And so I gave up. And then my brother-in-law said, "No, Michael, forget about it. You got to watch it this way. Put the subtitles on." So I put the subtitles on. It took me a little bit to get into it, but once I did, brilliant series, loved it, watched it all the way through. I wish they would continue it. I don't think they are, but it was brilliant. Mobland is going to be the same exact way you can see it. Tom Hardy, brilliant. Pierce Brosnan, brilliant as always. And Helen Mirren, what can you say? She doesn't know how to do anything bad. She was terrific. But you got to put the subtitles on, at least for me. When I did my tours in the United Kingdom, and I would open it up for a Q&A, I had somebody translate, or interpret for me because I couldn't understand the way they asked the question. So, when they got that deep accent, it's tough. We speak American, they speak British, it's different, trust me. Ireland, forget about it. Same thing there. You don't understand these people. Liverpool, forget it. You can't understand them. Scotland, no way. It is English, but not the English we speak, so you need help. But it's brilliant, and it's a takeoff. I think it was originally going to be a spin-off of the series Ray Donovan. I don't know if you've ever seen that, domestically produced, brilliant series. Ray Donovan was the fixer. Any kind of problem they came up with his major clients from Hollywood usually, or his attorney, or whatever, he would fix it, no matter what it is. Somebody got killed, they call Ray, he fixes it. Somebody's in trouble, they call Ray, he fixes it. Well, Tom Hardy plays that role here. And what I love about this series, I don't want to tell you that everything that happened in the episode. I'm going to give you an overview. But Tom Hardy is brilliant because there's a comedic part of this. You didn't see that in Ray Donovan, but you're seeing it here. Some of his lines are really funny, and yet it's a serious series. The way it opens, I'll tell you how it opens. Tom Hardy is giving instruction to a number of mob guys, and there's probably 10 of them in the room, maybe 10 or 12. And he's laying out some things that they have to do, and they're disagreeable. So he says, all right, give me a moment, I'll come back. So he goes out and he talks to Pierce Brosnan, who's the boss, right? Gives him a call. And Pierce tells him what to do, and he comes back, and he does it. And I'm going to tell you this, he kills every one of them. And so that's how it starts. And you see it takes off from there. So Tom Hardy is actually the fixer, or, you want to call him underboss, whatever you want to call him, for Pierce Brosnan, who is in charge of the Harrington family, who is the Irish mob. And again, he's just brilliant in it. So as this episode 1 develops, we start to see where the story is going. And during this first episode, it was the way it evolves. Pierce Brosnan's grandson gets into an argument in a club, and he's an Arab arrogant, cocky kind of kid, and he gets into an argument in a club with somebody, and the guy is about to stab him, but he stabs the guy first. That's kind of that starts this whole plot that's going to happen over the next 2 episodes. I'm sure it'll evolve from something there, but over the next 2 episodes. And then the kid leaves the club and goes out and meets with his friend, Tommy, who was in the club when the stabbing happened. And they get into a little conversation, and then the kid Eddie, who is Pierce Brosnan's grandson, leaves and goes back home. We don't see Tommy anymore. We don't know what happened to him, right? He's just gone. Well, Tommy turns out to be the son of another mob boss, Richie, and Richie and Conrad, Pierce Brosnan, they don't get along. So Richie now comes around, he's looking for his son. Where's my son? I heard he was with, Pierce Brosnan's grandson. So this thing evolves. Tom Hardy has to go and see him. Richie is a threatening guy. We'll go to war if we have to. I want to know where my son is. You know, Bronson's son was with him last, and what's going on?